It's time for the trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah. The trucker John live stream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time, good time. Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit. Hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Well yeah, it's the Trucker John live stream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch your mouth, he's headed south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John live stream is the best thing you've ever seen. It's time for the Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah. The Trucker John live stream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time, good time. Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit. Hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Well yeah, it's the Trucker John live stream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch your mouth, he's headed south. Not even sure what that means.
I love my country, but I also have to be honest with myself about many of my fellow Americans. In the United States of America, racism, sexism, and classism are so ingrained into our culture that more Americans knowingly chose to give a second chance to a billionaire white male, twice impeached former president who could not have shit the bed harder during his time in office, literally failed miserably at leading this country through the worst crisis the world had faced since World War II, which was the COVID-19 pandemic, and left our economy in the dumpster at the same time that he had to be dug out of the White House like a deer tick, who, once out of office, has been indicted 4 times for a total of over 90 felony counts, resulting in 34 felony convictions for election interference in the form of paying hush money to a porn star that he had an affair with while married to his current wife, who had just had their youngest child, who has openly talked about terminating the Constitution and using the military to round up the enemy within. And the list goes on and on and on. More Americans knowingly chose to give that guy a second chance than to give a first chance to a highly qualified black woman who is a licensed attorney with 4 decades of public service as a public defender, a district attorney, an attorney general of the largest state in the United States of America, a senator, and vice president. More people wanted to give a billionaire white male who had already failed miserably a second chance than give a highly qualified black woman a first chance to do something great? When you look at it that way, it's kind of hard to say it isn't racism, classism, and sexism. If not that, then what is it really?
Here we go, folks. Republicans have just introduced a bill to remove the $35 cap on insulin for senior citizens. This is amazing. And the $2,000 cap for prescription drugs, they're going to take that away too, because we can't be letting these senior citizens just take all this medicine to make themselves feel better in the later stages of their life. And for good measure, they will increase the cost of premiums and co-pays for everyone in America across the board. And if you live under the poverty level, well, you better start popping out some children, because otherwise they're going to increase your taxes specifically. And if you live in one of the poorest areas of our country, they're going to increase pollution. Yay for your lungs! Republicans in the House have introduced legislation to do all of this and so much more. They want to take more money out of the pockets of senior citizens, those on Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid. You asked for it, MAGA. You got it. Good luck with that. Call your senators, call your congresspeople, and tell them this is insanity.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. Trucker John.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. You guys caught me off guard this morning. I'm still eating my breakfast. Give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me. Make sure that the microphone's coming through. I was not expecting the House Sparks raid. And I'm like, oh shit. Now, if I was going to come on at 11:15, which is still 3 minutes from now, and I would have finished my breakfast. I had it timed out just perfectly. And then the raid, they're talking about the raiding me from House Sparks. And then Hal couldn't do it because I wasn't on yet. And I always usually start at 11:15 because a lot of times Hal always goes extra. So I figure I might as well start at 11:15, type of deal. And so I went ahead and started early because, Hal was trying to do the raid and he couldn't do it if I wasn't actually on. So, and then it ended up, he ended up signing off and I missed it anyhow, but anyhow, I'm still eating. I still have a few bites left of my breakfast. I know it's bad form to eat on camera, but I'm a bad form kind of guy, I guess. I don't know. Just a few more bites and I'll be done. I made myself a cheese omelet and some hash browns and some sausage and some toast and some coffee. If that's not a trucker's breakfast, I don't know what is. Anyhow, thank you all for being here. You guys are awesome. Thanks for the shout outs over there in Hal. And I guess it was the first one, I think was Susie. Was it Susie who got that thing going? And I saw everyone, Kimchi and Big Dog and Chris Doug, Nick Rich. Everyone was talking about Trucker John raid. So thank you guys so much. I do appreciate it. And hopefully you guys can hear me. Here it is. Now it's 11:15 a.m. Pacific time here in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. Current temperature looks like it's about 54 degrees already. Daytime high expected at 58 or something. All right, guys, you guys are awesome. This chat, I don't know if it's allowing me to go all the way to the beginning. I see Paul Burrows is in here, says, wake the fuck up, it's 2 a.m. MJ Daniel says, good morning, a nice warm 32 in Washington State up there. Kim Chi's here, incoming convoy. Yeah, Kim Chi, thank you so much. Ask says I was number 7 on How, and number 7 here. Wow, number 7 is your lucky number, apparently, for Ask. Yeah, there's Big Dog House Sparks, Convoy Merge. Alvin Stube is here. Hey, Alvin, good to see you. Good morning to you. Brooklyn, New York 471. Hey, Brooklyn's in the house. Convoy, good buddy. John Glad from House Sparks. Thanks, John, if you're still here. I know I'm a little late. This chat that I'm reading was probably from 15 minutes ago. Brandon Woods. Hey, Brandon, thanks for coming by. Myra Little came over from Hal. Thank you, Myra. There's Jeff Curry. Roxanne Armfield. Hey, Roxanne, good to see you. Thanks for joining us today in the old driver's lounge. Let's see what else we got. Bonnie Thompson. Hey, Bonnie. Good to see Bonnie. Steven Sayers is here. Chris Doug is in the driver's lounge. David from Grand Prairie, Texas. Good to see you, David. There's Aaron is modding for us. Thanks, Aaron, for being here. Chris Doug says from Hal and Johnny to Trucker John. We transitioned. Elizabeth Fernandez coming over from Hal. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you so much. Tom Bias is here. Deborah Murphy, hello. It's a raid from Hal Sparks. Hey, Deborah, good to see you. Thanks for coming on by. The Soul Craft. The Soul Craft. It just makes me feel like this is my version of soul. I don't know. What am I doing? I'm rolling my shoulders. The next thing is going to be the white man overbite, but I usually save that for, when I'm really getting down. I'm saving the white man overbite for when I really. Right now, I'm just feeling all soulful. I don't know. It's just a thing. Let's see. So Yakety Smack, Don't Talk Back is in the driver's lounge. Good to see old Yakety Smack coming on in. Coming on down. Walter Makarovich is here with the Dallas Star. Look at there. Good afternoon, Trucker John. Are you going to make that bonus? I'm going to try. After this show, I'm going to go out and do another 8-hour shift in the old Boltmobile. And then tomorrow, right after the Rams game, finish with their butt kicking of the Eagles, then I'll do another 8-hour shift. And I think that'll do it. I think I'll get it. Alvin Stube is here. Hey, Alvin, good to see you. Cynthia from Texas, good morning to you, or afternoon, wherever the case may be. From Texas, as well as probably afternoon already. Butterflies are free is here. Hello, butterflies. Lace, was it Lace Florida or Lace Flaw? Hi, Lace Flaw. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. New names. I'm seeing some new names here, so thanks probably for the because of the House Sparks raid. Thank you so much. Good to see new faces, new names. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Subscribing absolutely free. Doesn't cost you a dime. Hit that subscribe, and that would be greatly appreciated. Tom Bias says my truck is at the mechanic. Starting 3rd week without driving. Oh wow. 3 weeks. Starting 3 weeks. That sucks. That's kind of why I got out of truck driving, because in 2023, well, actually it was 2022. Oh yeah, it was 2022 where for me the shit kind of hit the fan as far as truck driving, because I drove all the way through COVID, 2020, 2021, absolutely no problems. I saw no reduction in my freight as far as loads and working. And then around halfway through 2022 is when I think the supply chain issues finally caught up to me and maybe to the industry as a whole. Because I think a lot of drivers in about midway through 2022 were not getting the loads. I remember just sitting in truck stops, sometimes just like 2 weeks sitting at a truck stop. And I couldn't get any freight. that's pretty much what kind of killed my little trucking endeavor. The Soulcraft, me either. Her blue sky was full of flowers. Can't believe she deleted it. Oh, we're talking about Fancy, maybe? Let's see. I think probably someone might have brought up Fancy. I'm only on top messages because I don't have a chat filter. That's why I do that goal, because it seems like a $5 super sticker seems to get the chat filter to come on. Anyhow, but I guess you guys were talking about Fancy. I don't know. Yeah, that's a mystery. That one's a mystery to me. Tom says my truck. Oh yeah, I just read that one. Okay. Roxanne Epstein, how convoy coming in hot. Trucker John, there's Roxanne Epstein. Good to see you. There's Nick Rich, like number 32. Good day, folks. There we go. Thank you so much. I see that might be Michael McAndrews. I'm just looking at a little tiny thing there, but it did activate with the chat filter. So there we go. Yippee! We've got chat filter activation. I can go to all messages. And there we go. All messages. And I can see them all. All your beautiful messages. Kimchi says, hi, Denise. It doesn't let me scroll all the way back to where I was at. Here's where I'm at. I'm like, we're Christy Blom's here. The cold dropped here through the night in Iowa. Laura Lee, Soul Brothers, Funk Soul Brother. Yeah, this is me being not soulful. I don't know. Michael McAndrew is supposed to get down to 1 degree here on Tuesday. That's Long John weather. Put on your Long Johns. Walter McCarrick says, keep the flags at half staff. Absolutely, in honor of the late, great Jimmy Carter. Let's see here. Now we've got Chris Doug, miserable 44 and rainy in New York. Tim Farrell says, Nick Rich, I feel you. We're Miami for a bit. Or we're missing in action for a bit. I don't know. I'm mid-thread. I'm a little bit mid-thread on that, I'll have to admit. So I don't know exactly what we're talking about. Dash, love Benny Hill theme song. Hey, Dash, good to see you. Thanks for dropping on by. It's like I can't do it, but you know what it is. Tom Bias, we need super sticker, and we got it. I believe it was from Michael McAndrews. I'm scrolling down, but Chris Doug says, "Go Rams!" There you go. Fingers crossed. We played the Eagles earlier in the year, and we kind of got stomped by them. It was kind of like the Saquon Barkley show took over in that one. So you got to get to. You can't let them. I guess the key is you can't let the Eagles get into the position where they can just unload Barkley on you. You know. Let's see. David Grandpa Terrace, go Rams. Oh, Philly, I got to root for LA. Yes, please do. Root for LA. But it's all personal preference, you know. Hey, here's Pirates Alex. Here's sub. Thank you, Piratus Alex. I'll get it straight. It takes me a minute. Thank you so much for the new sub. I do appreciate it very, very, very much. See, that was easy. You just push the button and you're subbed. Nick Rich out of town for about a week. Hey, Wes Webb is here. Do I know any of these people other than the witches? Wes Webb, don't start with your witchy talk. But good to see old Wes. Haven't seen you in a while. I was wondering about you. I was wondering if you were so butthurt that you wouldn't come back around, and so I'm glad you're around. You know, at least at least until we get tired of you again. I don't know. Tom Bias, my truck is a 25-year-old Ford Ranger. Oh, okay, not a big truck, but yeah, it was still. You're gonna keep that baby running as long as you can. And yes, so I'm just now getting to I'm scrolling down. Just now scrolled down to I can see Michael McAndrews did the $10 super sticker Filter Buster. Thank you so much, Michael. You get another yippee to Michael. Let's give Michael all a big round of applause and our hearty thanks, because now I can see all the messages in the chat. Tom Bias, where's Mike H super sticker? He'll, if he's here, he does one usually too. Chris Doug says Fancy may have been a bot. Yeah, there's something up with that for sure. I don't know, man. I mean, I remember watching some of her videos that she posted and driving them down in LA. I see, but you know what? They can get very, I guess, very tricky. But I don't know. I want to reserve comment because I hope if Fancy's a real person, I hope that she's okay. I guess even if she's a bot, I hope she's okay. All right, I'm gonna go there. Aaron West, member for 9 months. Welcome, Sparkle. Hey, well, Aaron West, mod extraordinaire, been a member for 9 months. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you. We got W62. Hello, W62. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us here in the old driver's lounge today as we just hang out. We're just hanging out, and hopefully you guys can hear me. I got a green light on my microphone, so. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. Let's see. I'm just scrolling down the chat and seeing what you guys are doing. Wes Webb says, chat filter gladness. You know that isn't really a thing, right? There's Wes Webb. Just got to come in here and just piss on everybody's Cheerios, doesn't he? Doesn't he? Chris Doug, 1 degree is island flight weather. Caribbean flight weather, whatever. Deborah Murphy's here. This is me. It is stay-in house weather and making a big pot of beans. Love them beans. My mom used to make a big pot of beans. Pinto beans. She used to tell me those were cowboy beans. So I would eat them because I wanted to be a cowboy when I was a little boy. Yep, got to eat them cowboy beans. Beans and cornbread. That's Okie food right there. Yep. Cornbread and beans. It was good, though. It was good. Kimchi, member for 10 months. Johnny, read my message to Hal. You're welcome. Thank you, Kimchi. Yeah, I saw that you folks in there. He saw the thing, and he was trying to do the raid. You know, you guys did raid, but I mean, he tried to do the official, raid where you can actually punch it in. But yeah, thank you, Kimchi. I'm grateful for all you guys getting in there, getting my name out. Pretty soon, there's gonna be Trucker John everywhere. You ain't gonna be able to turn around without seeing something with Trucker John's name on it. No, I'm just kidding. But thanks, guys, for being here. Thanks for checking us out. We're hanging out. We're just doing a hangout, post-show hangout, after-show hangout, whatever you want to call it. This is where we hang. Because if we don't hang together, we'll hang separately. So let's hang together. Let's see. The Soulcraft says, big Jalen Hurts fan. He's former Crimson Tide, so it's in my DNA. So that means you're going to root for the old Eagles, huh? Well, to each their own. To each their own. I'm just scrolling down. Kimchi says, puff again. Okay, now pass. I guess the stoners are hitting it up already. That's okay. We do have a smoking section on the other side with a big barrier, so we don't have to get your secondhand smoke. So don't worry about that. Wes Webb, I'm the gingerbread man. I like dogs. Okay, whatever, man. Wes Webb's been puffing, I think, already. Yeah, for sure. Aaron West says, Trucker John, you were rated by Hal on Twitch. Oh, can you make me a mod over there, please? Oh, that's right. I am multicasting. on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Aaron, I will try to do that. If I go over there, I will probably lose my all messages on here. But I'll try it. Yeah, I'll give it a shot though, because I know I had Jolie moderating over there, and somehow I don't know. Twitch and Facebook are weird. I had Jolie as a moderator also on Facebook, but now I don't know how to get her back on because everything got kind of wiped out for a while. Well, I couldn't go over there. I couldn't stream on Facebook, and then now I've been doing it again lately, but I don't know how to make mods over there. It's just weird. Facebook is weird. I can try Twitch. I can give. I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot. Yeah, but just as a reminder, though, we're on Twitch, we're on Facebook, and on good old YouTube. That's how, that's how multi broadcast I am. Multi broadcast. Name J. Daniel Dubat's Dream of Electric Sheep. Was that Philip K. Dick or somebody, or who? Oh, who was that? You guys know. Roxanne Epstein, no, I heard Fancy's response on 21st Century Suffragettes that Thursday she was having emotional reaction. Nadia Bot, in my opinion. Also, she was over there on Thursday. Well, because I haven't heard from her in like over a week. So if she was on there on Thursday, that's, I guess, a good sign. I mean, that that she's alive at least. Penny to Create is here. Hello, Penny to hello to all the loungers. Yeah, because we're in the driver's lounge. So that's a good name. Jojo Mojo Jojo, my favorite name on the internet, is here and saying hello to everyone. Kimchi says Fancy is not a bot unless a bot can explain items on the street she is driving down. Yeah, that's why I saw the video. Whoops, I hit the mic stand, so I hope that didn't make a noise. But yeah, I saw some of those videos of her driving around in like Santa Monica, and this is like way before the fires. I mean, this is like months ago. But oh, someone's yelling. I don't know if you guys can hear my neighbors, but someone's yelling. I'm going to try to take a bite of my hash browns. Try not to spill them. Piratus Alex. Alex says, my mom made soup. My mom made soup too. I'm just scrolling down. Susie Jones. Hey, there's Susie Jones. I didn't share my flu, but it gave me something to eat that I didn't puke. Oh, okay. I'm mid-thread, definitely on that. Michael McAndrews says, beans, good for the heart. The more you eat them, the more you ... Fill in the blank. I think we can all guess what the next word would be. Look at that, Peter. Peter with a $20 super chat. That's getting a thumbs up, my friend, and a heart. And a yippee. Thank you so much, Peter. Trucker John, happy last weekend before the shit show. I know, man. I know. The moment we've all been waiting for, or regretting, or hoping would never come, is coming. Buckle up. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Kimchi says, behind every great man is an even greater woman. I got you. Kimchi, absolutely. Absolutely. The goddess, as I choke on my coffee, the goddess Kimchi has got my back. It don't come better than that. I've got 3 great women behind me: Kimchi and my moderators, Aaron and Jolie. Who could ask for more? And you're not, well, Kimchi's a witch, I guess. But I was gonna say you're not witches, but you're but if you are witches, you're witches in the good sense. I don't know what Wes means when he calls women witches. I really don't. But anyhow, you're good witches, or at least Kimchi's a good witch. Aaron and Jolie, I don't think they've ever said they were witches. I should just shut my mouth at this point. Susie Jones says, Brooklyn, New York, it's so good to see you. Know those numbers are in my Social Security number, and then I consider you my lucky charm. Wow. Oh, wow. So now we've got part of your Social Security number, so be careful. Don't say anymore. No more with the numbers. Tom Bias, can chili or Wendy's? I'll go for Wendy's until I'm broke. Wendy's chili is pretty good. It's not too bad. I used to make Wendy's chili. I've told this story before. Back in high school, I worked for Wendy's, and I became one of the employees of the month. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I was an employee of the month, and I used to make that chili, by the way. Nick Rich says it's 11:30 a.m. in Vegas, so I'm about 6 minutes behind you. In case anyone was wondering. Big Dog says stoners unite in the smoking section. You know what? I'm going to take down the smoking section barrier. Let's all mingle. If I guess I don't mind getting a little secondhand buzz off of somebody. I'd rather do that. I just don't want any cigarette smoking. Secondhand smoke. I guess I could tolerate a little, contact high. So bring down the barriers. Tear down that wall. Mr. Gorbachev. Or whatever. Penny to create Sugar John lifts our spirits. There you go, because I've been driving for Lyft. Have you guys been watching my Lyft videos? Apparently, Penny to create maybe has. I don't know. Piratus Alex heading to the green section. We're all welcome. Let's just all mingle, and I'll get a contact high, and then I'm gonna go eat some donuts or something. I don't know. Big Dog in C's here says introverts unite separately in your own homes. Wes Webb says Sugar John has says very limited gear. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's true. Piratus Alex, if we could only mod Trump ass. Oh, I know. I hear you. Roxanne Epstein says I'm smoking on some super sliver haze, or is it silver? But I got some cranberry kush today. I'm excited to try. It's very cushy. Hey, Paul Sharkey Mannion from across the pond is here. Says back in the 80s, I made a joint on the back of a motorbike. We were on an old Roman road in south of France. Those are the stories you can tell your grandkids. Piratus Alex, stoners are usually dims, laughing out loud. There's a lot of right wingers that smoke pot too. You would think that they would have. You would think. I don't know. Yeah, you would think that they would mellow out and not be so harsh. I don't know. Susie Joe says, I'm in the middle of a lupus flare and then I caught the flu, so I feel like I've been run over by your truck. Oh, well, Susie, sorry to hear that. I hope that you get well soon. That's a double whammy. So, yeah, take care. Get that out of your system there, or whatever, as fast as you can. Michael Andrews, nothing compares to the old stuff I used to smoke. Really, because I've heard that today's weed is more powerful or something than like back in our day. Pyrus Alex says yes. Philip K. Dick, aka Blade Runner. There you go. When Hal was talking about the stuff with the robots the other day and a lot of robot talk, and AI and all that kind of stuff. My thought was, no matter, here's what I came away with. I guess it was Friday with Rob Glenn was on and stuff. My takeaway was, no matter how goddamned realistic these sex bots become, because that's what they're going to be, don't fall in love with them, because they don't love you no matter how much you think they might, because it's all programming. That's what the takeaway from Blade Runner is. It's all programming. Don't let them fool you no matter what. You think they love you. They don't. They're programmed to love you. Don't fall in love with your sex bot. That was my takeaway. That's how Trucker John thinks. That's what I got out of Friday's show on Friday AI or whatever. Wes Webb says, much better to be a troll than a mod, but both are better than being a bot. You know what I mean. Whatever, Wes Webb. I love my mods, so F you. Roxanne Epstein says, Paula, we are expecting rain in the next few days, so break out the umbrellas. Piratus Alex says, nothing worse than an itch you cannot scratch. That's annoying. That can be extremely annoying. Vicky, I didn't see Fancy there. Hey, Vicky. By the way, hello. Good to see Vicky in the driver's lounge. Again, if you guys are new, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Sharing the show is actually very important also. Whenever I'm on someone else's live streams, whether it's Hal or Texas Paul or Liberal Dan or whoever, I always hit the share button and I share it to some of my social medias, my social thingies. Just in the hopes of sharing the show, maybe people who weren't aware of those shows will click on it, and Jeff Curry says, made a breakfast milkshake, vanilla ice cream, cake, batter, extract, banana powder, blueberries, chocolate syrup. That sounds delicious, Jeff Curry. And you weren't even joking. Have you told a joke yet this year? Have you broken your resolution there? West Webb, dream in reverse. I see myself as myself. My hair parts on the same side. If it is in reverse, I am dreaming of my dad. Huh. Okay. Alrighty then. I'm scrolling on down a little bit, trying to get caught up. Chris Doug says, by saying Fancy was may have been a bot, I was simply trying to coax her back into the chat. I miss her and a blue sky. Yeah, Fancy, prove to us that you are not a bot, please. We're all worried about you. Peter says, I have winter clothes rated below 0 degrees. DC is cold, but not that cold outside for an inauguration. Yeah, big old tough Trump couldn't do it. He couldn't handle it. He's just Donald Trump is just a wuss. Let's face it. He's a wuss. He's not Rambo. Even though I saw pictures of him there, he looked like a lot like Rambo. Was I being misled? I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to figure that one out. David Windler is witch adjacent. Roxanne Epstein, that's weird that they would know that about her. It's Susie Jones. Oh, I'm mid-thread. Because I have been skipping down a bit just to try to get caught up. Kimchi chili is simple to make. Well, I made it and it was good. Basically, all it was the hamburger meat that was on the grill too long that we couldn't sell because it wasn't hot and juicy anymore. You would just chop that up, and then you had a big pot of chili beans cooking in this big huge pot off to the side, just like simmering and doing its thing, and then you would just throw that hamburger meat in there and stir it all up. Susie Jones says, I don't know, but the person didn't respond, and then she left the room immediately. So evidently, they were talking like it could have been her. I think we just don't miss her so much for looking. I guess we're talking about Fancy. So yeah, someday the mystery of Fancy will be it will be told. It will be found. It'll be found. Jeff Curry says, Susie, get 56 Nick Rich to send you some contraband maple syrup. All right, I'm scrolling down. I just scrolled it on up there to see where we land. I'm kind of needle dropping. I'm already needle dropping on this because that's I'm just behind. The Soulcrest says that's why I different. Oh, you know what? Let me go over. I'm gonna take a chance here. Let me go to Twitch real quick. Oh, what did I do? And let me see if I can make Aaron if I can figure out how to make. Oh, great. Oh, dear. Now I got to log in. See, I don't know why. And now I don't, if I can even remember my logins. Who remembers your logins and your passwords? Hopefully that will. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. It says this username does not exist. This was an old one. Let me go in. I got to update that. I think it was. Is it this one here? Hopefully this will work. Ah, darn. Is it that? Um, it's been so long since I've had to log in. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I got to get into Twitch, guys. Uh, hang in there. Bear with me, if you would. See, now it's a. Oh boy. Hang in there. I'm trying to get. I put it in the wrong thing. I'm trying to get in over here. Let me see if this will work. Ah. I'm just trying to get into Twitch. And I forgot my login information. So now I've got to do the thing. Um, now I've got to do all this stuff to get a reset. Okay. Now I got to go to my email and see what they did. If they're supposed to send me a link to do I have to redo everything. I do see. I see an email says at Twitch that Aaron is now following me. But now I have to reset my password. Sorry, guys. I know this is cannot be very entertaining or whatever. Um, let's see here. Sorry about this. Let me just see if this works. Okay. It says welcome back. Welcome back, Trucker John. Apparently I'm in. I'm in. But now I have to. There's a 6-digit code. Now I got to go look that up. Let's see. Where's that code? It's not coming through. It's not coming through. Oh, but this is taking way too long. Sorry about this. This could not be very riveting. You know. See, the thing is, my the text to my iPads, they don't, they usually go, they're going to the phone, they're not going to the iPad, or maybe it's kind of like a 50-50 thing. Um, Anyhow, I guess I'll just have to do this later because it's not. Or actually, okay, wait. Oh, they okay. Here it is. Let's see. I don't know why it's not opening. I'm clicking on this message and it's taking forever. It's taking forever. Here it is, though. Let's see. Let's go over here. Let's do this. We'll paste that into there. Let's go. And there, I'm in. I'm in. That's what they always say in the movies when they're hacking. They're like, I'm in. But I'm not hacking anything. But now I need to find my my deal. Um, I really, if you want to know the truth, I don't like. I really don't like Twitch. I know some of you do. Um, I just find it to be annoying. But there it is. I see. There it is. It's on. It's broadcasting on Twitch beautifully. And I see Francie says Twitch is fun. Okay, like I said, to each their own. I hate it. Maybe I don't know, but maybe because I'm old. Okay, there's Aaron. I see Aaron's dancing cat type of a thing. Um, I'm just wondering. Oh, all right. Hey, Aaron, I figured it out. I'm going to add you as a mod right now. And now, Aaron, you are a mod over there on Twitch. So I'm going to say to everyone there, thanks for being here, I guess. There you go. And there's Aaron. So there's you guys. We've got over there at Twitch. We got Cosmic Rose. We got Francie and Aaron and Francie and Cosmic. So I guess there's like 3 people watching over there. All right, Cosmic Rose. Old is a state of mind. Okay, so that's Twitch. I'm also on Facebook. Should I go over there now too? It looks like there's a bunch of updates going on. Maybe that's why my iPad is all screwed up, because all of a sudden it's updating a bunch of shit. But over here on Facebook, now on Facebook it's not so easy. I can't just click on someone's name and make them a moderator for some reason. Which you would think that Facebook, in all its knowledge and wisdom from the great Mark Zuckerberg, would know how to make something, fucking easy to use. But he doesn't, because he's a freaking moron. Or whatever. I don't know. I don't like Mark Zuckerberg. I don't really like you, Mark Zuckerberg. Why can't I just click on Erin's name and make her a mod? Like I did on Twitch, Mark Zuckerberg. Twitch, you know how I said I don't like Twitch? I don't like Twitch? Well, I don't like Facebook even more. How can I don't even know if I can get to comments. I don't even see anybody commenting in there. The only one on in Facebook is me, so there's that. And you know what? I'm gonna give myself a heart. Because you gotta have some self-love. So I just gave myself a heart over on Facebook. But yeah, we're on Facebook, and I'm just trying to look like how do you share? And why does this little screen popped up for like 2 seconds and then it disappears? Hey, there's Paul Jurass and anything cracking on Facebook. Well, there's at least one person in there. Hi, I'm just gonna say hi, Paul. Hi, Paul. Paul is over there. Hopefully, I can figure out how to post it. It's so unfriendly. It's so freaking unfriendly about Facebook, or at least maybe it's my iPad because it's not responding. I think it might have froze up. I don't know. See, oh shit! Now what happened? What did I do now? Paul Dress. I'm Paul J from YouTube. Hey, Paul J. Good to see you. I'm trying to say hello, but it's not going through. Why is it not going through? Oh, there it is. It's just really slow. Apparently, Facebook is slow. It's like an old, slow, out of date piece of shit. Mark Zuckerberg. I hope that Zuckerberg will get a hold of this, and he'll know how much I think that his platform sucks. Anyhow, yeah, there it is. So there's Paul. We got Paul over there. Let's see. I don't know how. See, it's not like Twitch. All I did was I clicked on Aaron's name. I scrolled down. It said add as moderator. Boom, wham, bam, boom, boom, bada bing, bada boom, and it's done. Facebook, God only knows how I add someone as a moderator. I think that's true. I think it's only God that knows, because I don't even think Zuckerberg knows how you would add a moderator to your deal. Because it's not on here. I'm not seeing anything on here like that I can click. There's nothing on here. There's the 3 dots at the top. That's this full screen, split view, slide over, close. There's nothing on here about where I can add a moderator. So Well, here's this though. Closed captions and quality. What else we got? We've got this little thing. Oh shoot, what have I done? Something went wrong. See? Oh, that was to make a clip. Um, Paul, you like Facebook? More power to you. More power to you. I hate Facebook. I'm hating it right now because I'm trying to make someone a mod, and it should not be this difficult. It shouldn't be this difficult. Rate your experience with video comments. Okay, I'm gonna rate it. I'm gonna just none of these apply. Spam comments, no. Comments move too fast, no. Comments were delayed or slowed. Well, that kind of. Comments obstructed the video. I wasn't able to comment. Well, really, see, I need to have a thing where I can complain to them that I can't. I can't figure out how to add a moderator. That's what I need to complain about. Let's see. Who can comment on this post? Public. I have it set for public. Okay, so that's not the issue. Edit privacy, edit post, turn off stars, rate your experience with comments, delete, turn off captions, change video quality, get notified about this post. Something went wrong. I'm just going to go to something went wrong. What went wrong? And I'm just going to put, I can't figure out how to add a moderator. There we go. I can't figure out how to add a moderator. And then I'm going to say something to the effect of, you guys, and I'm talking to you. Zuckerberg. Need to make this much more user friendly. Exclamation point. We are not where did he go? Yale or Harvard, or where did he drop out from? Whatever. Okay, we're not all computer geniuses here. Whatever. Maybe that's enough. I'll just put that. You need most user friendly. I could go. Come on, man. They'll get the gist. Take a screenshot. No, I'm not taking a screenshot. That should be pretty self-explanatory. So I do expect. I have written things before, and I have seen action done. I do expect and suspect that I will be seeing some changes on Facebook now. It's going to pop up. It's going to be all of a sudden they're going to have a nice little button. Hey, there's Aaron West saying hi. See, and then it just disappears. It came up for 2 seconds. Hi, Aaron. Maybe I can if I can click on Aaron's name or something. But still, let me see. See, all it doesn't do anything. When I click on Aaron, I can but I can delete comment. I can ban Aaron. I can report comment. I can pin the comment. Nothing about here is about adding Aaron or as a mod. See, sucks. It sucks. Facebook sucks. But if you like Facebook, if you like the format better, then by all means, go over there. There's Twitch there because I went back to Twitch. Now, how do I get back to YouTube? There's YouTube. Okay, so I don't know. I believe now it's like it's starting me completely over on YouTube. Am I still broadcasting? Hopefully, hopefully I am. Let's see. But I do believe. Oh, look at there! Still got the chat filter. What? I still have the chat filter. So that's good. I didn't lose my chat filter. So let me just go back. Tom Bias says Facebook is now Meta. Yeah. Jackie's here. Hey, Jackie, good to see you. Says Jeff Curry. Try to get some video. I'm kind of, I missed a lot of the chat, so I don't know what Jeff's doing. Let's see. Francie Riles here. Hey, Francie. Francie, not Fancy. Francie, hey, good to see you. Can one OD on crazy pills? Probably. Paula says Mayor Eric Adams is begging FDJT for a pardon. What a loser. Is Eric Adams up on federal charges or state charges? Because if those are just state charges, then he's fucked. He cannot get a pardon. Piratus Alex says Facebook works like crap. Chris Doug, I can live without Facebook. Too many friends requests from people I don't even know. Well, I get that even on Blue Sky. I mean, I get these. It's the same problem I had on TikTok. Well, not as bad, but on TikTok, I had like 10 or 12 or 15,000 followers, and 10 or 12 or 15,000 of them were all, with the exception of very few, were all either just spam accounts for adult websites or dating websites or crypto and that kind of shit, or some sort of, they want you to buy something. So that was TikTok. And then Blue Sky is kind of like that, where I keep getting these friends, from, obviously fake accounts of beautiful women, that they just want to lead you to another adult website and try to get you, spend money on those sites and stuff like that. I don't know if anything can be done about that, but that kind of makes Blue Sky, that's kind of disappointing about Blue Sky, because this is we're supposed to be getting away from that kind of shit. That's why we left X, and then we go to Blue Sky, and your inbox or all the new friends or the new followers I get, probably 50% of them, at least, maybe more, are all these obvious, spam accounts and phishing accounts or whatever. So that sucks. And I don't know if Blue Sky can do anything about that, or if they even care. They might not be the knights in shining armor that we think they are. But still better than X. West Webb says, look for an Adam's apple or an Audi if you start getting familiar. Why should I have to get that close? I don't know. I'm mid-thread on that one, Wes. I'm mid-thread. Jeff Curry says, Jackie, I'll make sure to video cutting tires. They didn't play it last time. Paula says, MAGA Mike Johnson is up to no good again. Well, yeah, get used to it. There's going to be lots of up to no good for the next 4 years. Kimchi says, Christina, except there is no law about time limits. I'm mid-thread. The Soulcraft, Facebook has too many scam ads. Christina Weibel's here. Hey, Christina, good to see you. Thanks for dropping on into the old driver's lounge. Christina says, Facebook sucks now, and I got 2 profiles. I only use it to stay in touch with my family in Massachusetts and to share videos from YouTube. Yeah, basically that's me too. basically, in a nutshell. I do have other pages there. I have the progressive radio station list. That's where I usually post links to show. In fact, I don't think I did it. I should post my own link there. But you know what? I didn't even do any sharing, did I? Today, I was so riled up about that House Sparks raid that I didn't do my normal sharing. But I usually share stuff like Liberal Dan and Tara Dublin or Tara Devlin. I always get those two mixed up now. And whoever I'm watching, I'll usually if I share it to Facebook, I usually share it to my progressive radio station list. Oh shoot, I should not have done that. That might make me lose my. Oh shoot, I might lose the chat filter. Doggone it. See, now I went away to that, and I'm afraid that it might knock me off. Oh no, let's see what happens. I'm still in all chat. Okay, good. Whew. Okay, I'm still in all chat. Anyhow, but I do like to share the show out to a couple of my things here, a couple of my links. Let me just put one over there. And so forth and so on. Okay, and we'll put one on Blue Sky. I was just talking about Blue Sky, so I'll post the link over to Blue Sky. See what happens over there. All right. Okay, so Paula says, Trucker John, Eric Adams is in Florida with Trump about issues with NYC and looking for possible pardon. They are federal charges. Okay, well that makes sense then. I mean, it would be silly to ask for a pardon if you know he couldn't get one. Well, if he gets pardoned, you know, do you think he would pardon him? I don't know. I don't even. I mean, what does Eric Adams? Because you know everything is transactional with Trump. So what can Adams give him? Francis Ryle, Tara Dublin, Portland. Oh yeah, Tara Dublin is the one that comes on House Park. Tara Devlin is a separate person, and she has her a show right on YouTube, and I usually share her show. Nothing against Tara Dublin, but I don't see her show if she has one, or at least on YouTube. Usually I just watch live streams on YouTube. So Tara Devlin, she does live streams usually a couple times a week, and I usually will share her show to the progressive radio station list on Facebook. Michael McAndrews says, some naked lady followed me on Blue Sky. I decided not to follow back. Francis Ryle says, 5 eggs. 5 eggs. Aaron says, Michael McAndrews, that was me. I'm hurt. Just kidding. Christina says, I'm still thinking about Blue Sky, but I really don't have time to go through and block trolls and bots. French, well, there are trolls everywhere. Yeah, it's a big business. You know? Butterflies are free says, MAGA Mike made the decision to fly the flat full staff. Just Donnie made a stink over it. To fly the flag at full staff? Yeah, the despicableness of these maggots from the head down, from Trump on down, it just it knows no bounds, right? Search for you. I'm worried he will pardon Diddy. If he does, then it really doesn't. It couldn't be more clear of where Trump stands as far as morals are concerned. There should be no doubt left in our minds that this man is completely moralless. Brooklyn says, of course he'll pardon him. We're talking about the mayor or P. Diddy. I don't know why he would pardon Eric Adams or whatever his name is if he couldn't get something in return. Francis Royal, yes. Tara Devlin, yes. I was on her show once. I was actually on her show as a guest speaker or whatever. Mr. Spock, hey, there's old Mr. Spock. Live long and prosper. Trying to get that to work. It says my first water pipe was a nice fishbowl thingy. Cops pulled me over in a van while looking for papers in the back. I picked it up wrong and smashed it on my touch knife set. Cops didn't see it. Kimchi says, I'm biased. You would feel that deeply and understand if you were a woman over 50. Okay, I'm mid-thread. I'm obviously mid-thread. So that's what happens when you get mid-thread. Roxanne Huffers says, I get a lot of people on Blue Sky that think I have money to invest. Yeah, I've got those too. They want you to invest in crypto or in some other shit, you know. Nick Rich says 12:15, so I'm about 3 minutes behind. Joss says, I saw something that Jim Jordan wants to keep investigating Hunter, even though he was pardoned. They just, my God, they just can't let it go. Because you know why? Because they got nothing else. They have nothing. What are they going to do? Talk about the drug prices that they're going to, the subscription drug prices they want to raise back up? What are they going to talk about? How they want to, repeal the insulin caps and all that kind of stuff? No, they can't talk about that shit because they know half their constituents will hate them for that. So they're going to just keep dragging out Hunter Biden. They're despicable human beings. People of Ohio, people of Texas and Florida and wherever, please stop voting for these despicable piece of shit Republicans. They are not working in your best interests. They just keep want to talk about fucking Hunter Biden. Who gives a shit about Hunter Biden? Because they want to distract you and hope you won't see what they're doing over here when they want to raise your prescription costs and your insulin costs and your medical costs, and they want to kick people off out of the VA, and they want to make cuts to Social Security, and they want to cut Medicare and all this kind of shit. So they're going to talk about Hunter Biden all goddamn day long. Don't fucking fall for it. Please stop falling for it. Please stop falling for the banana in the tailpipe trick. Please, I beseech you, beg you. Please, God, when will it stop? When will you stop being fooled by these assholes, by the Josh Hawleys and the Jim Jordans of the world? Please stop it. It's disgusting. And it's quite frankly embarrassing. You're embarrassing yourselves. The only thing is, you're not just hurting yourselves, you're hurting all of us. when you're electing these motherfuckers. Stop it, please. For the love of God, please stop it. My God. When will people fucking learn? Jim Jordan is a fucking shitbag. And all those goddamn Republicans, they're all shitbags. That really, when it comes down to it, all they are there for is to get tax cuts for the upper 1/10 of 1% of this population. That's who they fucking work for. God, I'm sick of it. I am so sick of it. And I'm sure most of us in this chat are sick of it as well. And I'm sure most of us in this chat, we probably did the right thing and we voted for Democrats in this last election. And many of us have probably been voting for Democrats for many, many years, as I have. Lifelong Democrat. Not perfect. The candidates aren't perfect. The party's not perfect. There's things I wish they would do that they don't do. There are things that they do that I wish they wouldn't do. But they're definitely better than the goddamn Republicans, who are now leading us into oligarchy. They're now leading us into really being run by Vladimir Putin. And these motherfuckers will act like all of a sudden Russia is so great and Putin is so great. Fuck you. Fuck them. You Russia fucking loving sons of bitches. Fuck you. Fuck Russia. Fuck China too. Fuck those assholes. They are our enemies. You can call them adversaries and all that kind of shit. No, they're our fucking enemies. Then they would love nothing more than to see the fall of this country, the destruction of democracy in this country. They would love nothing fucking more. And you fucking maggots and you right-wingers and anyone who votes for Republican, you're falling right into their fucking trap. You're giving them exactly what they want. You gullible fucking apes. You gullible fucking dumb shit motherfuckers. You're falling right into their trap. Jesus H. Christ. It's disgusting. And if it only affected you, I probably would say you're going to get what you deserve. But you know what? It doesn't just affect you. It affects me and all of us. Everyone. We're all going to get affected by it. Because of you. Because you believe the fucking propaganda. You believe the fucking horse shit that Russia's been feeding you through Fox News and through Newsmax and through these right-wing politicians that are clearly bought and paid for. You buy that shit, you gobble it up. You fucking idiots. You're going to kill us all. You fucking idiots. You fucking maggot idiots. You're going to kill us all. You're going to be the death of us all. Fuck you, maggots. Fuck you, you right-wing nut jobs. Fuck you, man. Anyhow, Christina Weibel says, yeah, they're still going after Hunter, even though that's just how shows how sick they are. I don't blame Biden for pardoning his son because MAGA was pushing an execution publicly. I hate them. I fucking hate them. Mr. Spock, Trump crypto 80% belongs to Trump cronies. Nick Rich, is it necessary to always be negative Wes? Yeah, Wes, negative Nelly. Josh says, I still think Hunter should start a laptop company. Think about the free advertising. Yeah, just call it Hunter's Laptop. Big Dog says, an old can with holes in a carburetor. Paula, Josh Hawley was awful during the hearings. What a piece of shit. He is such, oh my God. He's always like, He thinks he has. You know what? And he thinks he has this great voice. He loves his voice because he's always like, I can't. I'm not gonna ask you to answer anything. I'm just gonna pretty much filibuster my 5 minutes because I love hearing my voice. I love hearing my own lovely, the velvet, dulcet tones of my own voice. Fuck you, Josh Hawley. You little front running phony. Little twinkle toes. Why don't you just twinkle toe your little fucking ass out of the fucking Capitol building? Josh Hawley, you piece of shit. I don't know if you guys can see the shirt that I'm wearing today. This is Nerd Halen. I'm afraid to adjust the camera down. Okay, I'm gonna try to move the camera down a little bit. If I lose sound, let me know. If the sound goes out. Let's see. Can you see my shirt now? No. And do I still have sound? Let's see. Can you guys see it? There's Nerd Halen. There they are. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. One time I did that and I lost sound for the rest of the show, and I didn't even know it. Uh-oh. Mr. Spock says mute. Audio good. Mr. Spock, why are you fucking with me? Everyone else says audio is good. We can see them enough. We can see them enough. Okay. Mr. Spock laughing out loud. Mr. Spock, don't fuck with me, man. Cool shirt. I can hear you. Okay, so you guys can hear me. Okay. I'm a little paranoid because what was it, like a week ago or whatever? I did the same thing. I tilted the camera down a little bit, lost the audio, and I didn't know it. I went on for like a half an hour before I figured it out. So, anyhow, the Soulcraft says they never govern, they grandstand and campaign, and they steal from us. I added that part, but Christian Weible traders. Butterflies are free. I'm really going to miss the quiet strength of President Biden and his administration. I'm sorry for the hell Donald Trump put him and his family through. Thank you for your service to we the people. Okay, that was Butterfly free. Now, what I'm going to say, here's what I'm going to say. I love Joe Biden, and I think he was a great president, probably the greatest president within my lifetime, as far as getting things done, is turning this economy around, taking a shit economy from Trump, turning it around in really quick fashion to becoming the envy of the world and having the best economy we've had in decades, and in some ways ever. So from that standpoint, Joe Biden did a great job. But as far as being quiet or whatever, I think he was too goddamn quiet. He was too goddamn quiet on two fronts. One, Merrick Garland. Two, Gaza. Number one, he should have fired Merrick Garland's ass a long time ago and got someone in there who was going to fucking not pussyfoot around with Trump and let him delay. And I don't give a fuck what the criticisms would be from the right, because they're always going to criticize anyhow. Where they would say, oh, he's weaponizing the DOJ and he blah, blah, blah. He's coming after his enemies. I don't give a fuck what they say. Fuck them. Because of Merrick Garland, that's why we have Donald Trump even being able to run. I mean, Donald Trump should have been in a prison cell a long time ago. So that's number one, where I'm upset about Biden being quiet about. And then Gaza. And now I know that is a very, very touchy thing. And I agree. Israel has a right to defend itself. I don't think Israel has a right to fucking genocide anybody. And I know, and we probably, how Sparks has explained how, Hamas uses people as human shields. They go underground. They're under hospitals. They're under, where people are. And I get that. I understand that. But and if you're going to go after Hamas, it makes it very, very difficult to do that and not kill civilians in the process, apparently. But I still think that Netanyahu went way too far. I mean, to the point where they're fucking killing AIDS workers. Like the guy who does the chef that has the food thing, and a bunch of his people got killed. What the fuck did they get killed for? They didn't do nothing. They were just driving in their jeeps going to another food bank or whatever. Why the fuck did you kill them, Netanyahu? You motherfucker! And I realized there was a lot of behind the scenes negotiations going on, back and forth with Biden administration and with Hamas and with Netanyahu's administration. There's a lot of behind the scenes shit. And I know you don't want to, compromise the negotiations by coming out publicly with stuff. But God damn it, there's some things that Biden should have said more publicly to assure people here that he was working on getting a peaceful resolution as soon as possible and working on getting as few civilian and deaths and collateral damage as possible, and really emphasizing that. But it kind of came off, I think it kind of came off like he didn't care, or he wasn't working on it, or he was, there was a disconnect there. And that could be one of the things that lost the election for Harris, was that whole Gaza goddamn thing. So I think Biden was totally, like I say, behind the scenes, I think they were doing probably a hell of a job. But you need to make more of that a little more public. What you're doing, what you were doing to try to, stop the civilian death. It was horrendous, and it was a very bad look. And like I say, Israel has a right to defend itself, and Hamas is despicable, and they deserve to be wiped out. But the way Israel was doing it, and I understand the thing about using the civilians as shields and all that kind of stuff, but I don't know. They're people smarter than me could have figured out a way to convey to the American people that we were doing everything we could to negate that. And then what would make it look really bad is all of a sudden there was a story about more weapons being sent from the U.S. to Israel continually. And I know a lot of these things we've been giving them weapons and money for decades and decades and decades. They are our ally. We know that they are surrounded by enemies, and we've kind of sworn to help protect them against those enemies. So I know this is a touchy thing, but while this was going on, and the civilian death toll kept rising, it didn't look good when we saw another shipment of bombs being sent to Israel. It did not look good. There had to be some way, to emphasize that these weapons were going, to their, or we're gonna put a halt to this until we can get some sort of diplomatic solution or something. I don't know. Something had to be done, and they dropped the ball. They dropped the ball. In my opinion, butterflies free Asian food is delicious. I agree. Steven Sayer says at least Trump's cabinet picks are temporary. Kimchi, they are brainwashed by the boob tube that Democrats want to take everything and give it to immigrants, and we eat cats, dogs, and babies for their delicious blood. Elizabeth Fernandez, please, Trucker John, less cussing and more content or something. I don't know. Michael Morgan, it's hard to believe anyone falls for Dumpy's poop, but they do, Michael. It's hard to believe, but they fucking fall for it, man. MJ Daniel, Josh, Runaway Holly. Yeah, I call him Twinkle Toes because he was looked like he was on his little toesies when he was skadoodling on out of the Capitol on January 6th, 2021. He just skadoodled his little twinkle-toed asses out of the building. After, on his way in, he was all like, "Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you." And then, not too much longer later, he's like, twinkle-toed out of there. Tom Bias, you didn't lose sound and you didn't move the camera. Well, I did. I tilted it down. Because before you couldn't even see this graphic at all. And now you can. I tilted down. I did a down tilt. That's how far behind I am in the chat, by the way. Christina Weibel says, I did, Mr. Spock. I'm not Jamaican, but I went out with a man who was from Trinidad and Tobago for 20 years of my life. He passed in 2011. Sorry to hear that, Christina. West Webb, I know I have cousins and brothers and nephews, not to mention my sisters and my nieces, all richer than I am. Well, good, good. Paula says, Trugger, don't touch that dial, laughing out loud. Michael McAndrews, Netanyahu belongs in prison. He does, just like Trump does. They are birds of the same feather, or something like that. Seha's here. Hey, Seha, I survived my birthday. Hey, Seha, good to see you. And if you just had a birthday, happy birthday to Seha. Butterflies are free. I agree, Trucker John. Chris Doug Obama nominated Garland for the Supreme Court. McConnell blocked him. Yeah, I know. I do know that. I know that. I know that, Jenny. I do know that, Jenny. Susie Jones is saying hi to Janelle. I'm just sort of dropping the needle. I'm needle dropping on here because, I'm so far behind. Francie Ryle says, Jose Andres, World Kitchen, yes, phenomenal human being, and a bunch of his people that work, for that, were doing that great cause. They got blown up by Israel, by Israeli Defense Forces or whatever. Why the fuck? Are they that stupid? Is the IDF that fucking stupid that they can't figure out? They can't tell the difference between volunteers working, that are working to feed people and Hamas? What the fuck, Israel? Fuck you, Israel. Fuck you. There, I said it. I said it. I said it. I said, fuck you, Israel. Like I said, Israel has a right to defend itself. They don't have a right to go out murdering everybody. In my humble opinion. Murdering everybody, that's not a right you have. Michael McAndrews says, religious extremists screw everyone all the time. Look at history. Yeah, the zealots, the fanatics. Fanatics of anything, I think, are bad. If you're an extreme fanatic of just about anything. Susie Jones says, the Jews entered into Syria during World War II. They were treated terribly. Yeah, Jews have had a history of being treated terribly, and I don't think they should be treated terribly. I also don't think they should just fucking genocide someone. Francis Ryle, I'm just needle dropping the chat here. Francis Ryle says, Mitch McConnell is a vile piece of shit. He did his best, or he did his best to sabotage President Obama. He's still got ACA in. Yeah, Mitch McConnell, right up there on the list. He's on the list. Seha says that was a pretty good Forrest Gump, Trucker John. I know it was. It's funny, if I try to do some words that kind of aren't in the script of that movie, then I have a hard time. That's why I have to stick with, I do know what love is, Jenny. Mama always said life's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. But if I try to just do like, Donald Trump's an asshole, it just doesn't, work right. John Bias, I've said fuck you, Netanyahu, about 24 years ago. Tom Bias, way ahead of the curve. Susie Jones says, Suzanne Forsepi, hello. I'm still sick, dizzy, and feverish. Taking everything I can. Well, Susie Jones, yeah, please get better soon. I know you had the double whammy, right, going on with lupus and the flu. So I hope you get better soon. Butterflies are free. It's not true about us wanting to give everything to the immigrants. First of all, they have a right through the Constitution. This whole thing about the immigrants, that's just another distraction. It's a manufactured crisis by the right wingers, by the Republicans, by the maggots. That's what they do. They manufacture these crises, so they can do what I said earlier. They can steal from us, from the people. They want to give back those high prices back to the pharmaceutical companies. They don't want people on Social Security and Medicare. They want to rob from the Social Security trust fund. And they want to keep lowering taxes on the top 1%. So they have to manufacture these crises, like the immigrants at the border are overrunning the country and destroying the country and all this horse shit. They manufacture these things, so then the poorly educated maggots will lap that shit up like a newborn kitten lapping up some spilt milk. So they manufacture all this shit about immigrants, waves, this invasion at the border, all that bullshit. They keep bringing out Hunter Biden. They want to talk about trans, men playing girl sports, which doesn't happen. All that kind of shit is all manufactured crises, so that just so they can fucking steal from us and do everything to just keep propping up the big multi-billion-dollar corporations and the multi-billionaires. It's sick, it's disgusting, and it's just so unfortunate that so many people in this country are buying that bullshit. Hook, line, and sinker, they're falling for it. Just enough to win an election. Just enough. They just barely got enough. That's all they needed. Was just enough. They didn't need They didn't need a mandate. They didn't need a landslide. They don't need an overwhelming majority. All they need is apparently a 1.4% win. That's all they need. And now they're in there. And they're going to keep harping on these manufactured crises, these, so they can continue to just steal and rob and destroy our democracy and let the oligarchs run ramshod over us. Is it ramshod or roughshod? I don't know. Whatever. Mr. Spock says religion should not have a place in global government. There should be a separation of church and state, I believe, all over the world. Roxanne Epstein says, hello, Suzanne. The Soulcraft says, you can't sink this boat, Lieutenant Dan. Lieutenant Dan? Remember? Did he like wave at him or something? And Kimchi says Israel began stealing land immediately and never stopped. That's the thing. They still want to they want to annex the West Bank. They want to annex all this shit. Come on, man. Stop with the bullshit. Just fucking let Palestinians live in peace. Let them have their little tiny little piece of land. It's not that big. Let them have their fucking place. Let them grow and prosper. Let them live in peace. Now I understand Hamas and all these terrorist organizations that Israel has a right to defend themselves against that. But maybe there would be less of these terrorist groups getting the power they get if you would let Palestine fucking thrive instead of just beating them down forever, Oliver Brownlow, less cussing and more discussing. Without the vulgar intensifiers, one's arguments have to stand or fall on their own merit. Oh, goodness gracious. Trucker John's cussing. Hey, Trucker John's cussing again. Hey, what we gonna do about that? Trucker John's cussing over there. Big Dog is saying hi to Suzanne. Having a good day. West Webb, hard to tell a man what he is or not allowed to believe. Eileen Caw says, gotta go. Love y'all. We'll be back. Oh, we'll be okay. Do the best you can. Eileen, thanks for being here. Thanks for checking in. I do appreciate you hanging out with us. And I hope you come on back. I hope all my cussing didn't scare you off with all them cuss words coming out my mouth. Tom Bias says, Big Dog, MAGAs probably have the same zeal for MAGA as Palestinians do for Hamas. Wait. MAGAs have the same zeal for MAGA as Palestinians do for... Well, I don't think all Palestinians have a zeal for Hamas. I think they are two separate things. And I think the Palestinian people that have allowed Hamas to get whatever power they had, they did it out of fear and out of having maybe no other alternative. Roxanne says, tell that to Iran, Mr. Spock. What they do to women is unfucking fathomable to me. Sehal says, 2,000 religions on Earth, 36 numbers on a roulette wheel. Pick a number. You're most likely wrong. West Webb, don't raid my pension. MJ Daniel, funny how the caravan is all of a sudden non-existent. Oh, they'll bring that out if they feel they need to. They'll bring that old chestnut out. If they're not getting enough traction off of Hunter Biden's laptop or, talking about trans athletes or whatever, or restrooms, using restrooms, they'll bring that old caravan. They'll bring that chestnut. Chris Doug, is it just me or are there moderators here today? Aaron's here. Jolie's working. Jolie couldn't make it, but Aaron's here. Well, do we need moderators? Do I need to be probably the only one that needs moderating is me at this point. I don't know. Butterflies are free. Our government has done some terrible things in other countries. We all should know that. There are examples, especially in Central America under Reagan. Our country is not blemish free. It's not without fault. That doesn't mean we can't move forward and always try to strive to do better. And and learn from those lessons. Learn from that, and I think we have, in large part. But yeah, we're not perfect. That's for sure. But that doesn't mean that I shouldn't criticize, because I'll criticize my own government too when we do something like that. Mr. Spock, they will change when the rest of the world is on board. Kimchi, Jolie is at work. Aaron is around. Soulcraft Caravan is a great jazz tune, though. Nick Rich, just quiet, but here, Chris Doug. Michael McAndrews, let's not lower our country to the level of Taliban. No, we don't want to do that. There's Aaron. I'm here. Susie Jones says, Dinky released 5,000 Taliban. Now women can't speak in public and must be completely covered in burqas. What the fuck did our soldiers do for 20 years there? Accomplish zilch. Yeah, so whenever MAGA, they always want to, when they talk about us getting out of Afghanistan, they gotta always say, oh, that was the most embarrassing, the worst withdrawal ever. And then they bring up the 13 service people that were killed, U.S. service people that were killed. And yeah, maybe if Trump had 5,000 Taliban fighters released, maybe that wouldn't have happened. I'm just needle dropping here a little bit. Seha says, Paul J. Understand religion. Most people don't. It was an early form of government without rules. We'd still be bashing each other in the head over what we individually want. Maybe so. I don't know. Okay, I'm just scrolling on down, doing a needle drop here. Michael McAndrews says the idea of faith is misused by religious extremists. Paul Sharkey Mannion from across the pond says, what Iran, Saudi Arabia, and most of the Middle East does to gay people is fucking disgusting. We can't tolerate that in the West. Big Dog says, cuss on my brother, let it out. Sometimes you just gotta let it out. That's right. Sometimes you just gotta let it out and let it go. Francie Ryle, I swear like a stevedore. Chris Doug says the Palestinians voted for Hamas leadership. They bought their nightmare for themselves. They brought their and I know, Chris Doug, I know. But what I was trying to say about that is maybe they didn't have any other choice. What was the alternative? And maybe it was a lot of it was under duress. Hamas was like, vote for our guy or we're gonna fucking kill you and your family or something. I don't know. It's a fucked up place. And I to some extent I agree that they did kind of bring this on themselves by voting in electing Hamas leadership. But maybe they got sold what's that, bill of goods? Kind of like maggots do with Trump now. They're going to find out they got sold a bill of goods. It might be a little more complex than that, but yeah, they did kind of bring this on themselves. Hell of a lesson to learn. How many people have died now? 50,000 or whatever. How many civilians? I don't know the breakdown between. I know. I think Hamas. They're fighting. They're fighters. They're whatever soldiers, whatever you call them, have been mostly wiped out. So I don't know how out of whatever death toll numbers we're getting out of Gaza and out of Palestine. I don't know the breakdown between what are Hamas, what are the civilians, whatever. But still, it's a pretty hefty cost that they're paying. The Palestinian people. Hopefully, it's a wake up call. I don't know. And who knows what's going to happen with this peace deal. Randy Rhodes was saying, and I think others have said that that's not going to hold up as soon as it gets to what is it, stage 2 or whatever. It's just going to fall apart. That Netanyahu is never going to let the peace deal continue, because if it does, then that will mean his ouster probably. And the only thing probably keeping him out of prison is that he is fucking, was he the prime minister or whatever? It's so fucked up. The whole thing is so fucked up, man. Suzanne says, Francie, I curse on the blue channel. Laughing out loud. Hey, there's 12B10 Demo Man. I've never seen you in here before, so thank you very much. I do appreciate you coming by. It says, wonder whose corner orange piece of shit Trump is going to sit in. I don't even know what you're talking about, but yeah. 12B10 Dimon says Elon versus Bannon. Yeah, let them fight. Let them fight. Pop the popcorn and let those motherfuckers fight it out. Paul Sharkey says it will all end in tears because Hamas are still in charge. Butterflies are free. I swear the chuds manufacture a new conspiracy at least once a week. Yeah, they do. It looks like I got a $5 super sticker. I'll get down to that in just a second. Let me scroll on down. Walter McCarrovich says 2 things I ponder. Trucker John, why no credit on President Biden standing firm with drone strike from Iran and the facts of Biden's health while Trump is worse and main media quiet. Well, that's the propaganda. That is the propaganda machine, right-wing propaganda machine, and that is the corporate media being complicit in that double standard. Immense double standard. Trump can do no wrong. He can slur his speech, he can trip, he can fall, he can fart, he can shit his pants, he can do anything he wants, and it gets nothing. Joe Biden can stumble over a word, and oh my God, he's ready for the old senile folks home. You know, it's the big corporate media is complicit in that, and plus all of the propaganda machines, all the Russia influence. That's how a person who runs probably the shittiest presidential campaign I've ever seen in my life. Donald Trump ran the worst fucking campaign I've ever seen, to the point where no one was showing up at his fucking rallies. The RNC looked like a fucking morgue. Uh, you know, he was saying more and more just vile shit right on the microphone. He was acting like he was giving a microphone a blowjob. You know, all of the comments that were made about, Puerto Ricans, all that shit. He was going down. He was crashing and burning. It was the worst campaign I've ever seen. And on the other side, Kamala Harris, okay, we can look back and we can say she should have done this, she should have done that. But in real time, and I still think she ran a really good campaign. For 90 days, she had 90 days. And she worked like I've never seen anyone work. And she ran really, I think, a really great campaign. Yeah, I know we look back and we say, well, you should have done this, you should have said this. But fuck that. She ran a great campaign. It just goes to show, if you have Russian influence campaigns where Russia, apparently they have a very shitty military, but they have a fucking world-class psyops division. They are the masters of psyops. They are the masters of mass influence campaigning. They are the master of bots and whatever. So that just shows you can have a shitty fucking candidate, but if you've got the Russian backing and China getting in and Saudi Arabia getting in and all this dark money, and you've got $277 million coming in from the fucking richest man in the world, and then you've got the corporate media tilting the playing field in favor of that shitty candidate who shits his pants all the time, and it looks like shit and says stupid shitty things. When you've got all of that, you can win a presidential election. I could win. I could be president if I had Russia's backing, and I had all the dark money, and I had the corporate media and the right-wing media in my corner. I could just sit here in my apartment and probably never even fucking campaign. If I had enough of that support, I could win fucking president. So I don't know if that answers your question or not, but that's how I feel. That's how I feel about that. That's what I feel about that. Let's see. Seha says, Kimchi, this is kind of a mid-thread thing, so I don't know if I should read it or not. Yeah, I don't like getting halfway in a conversation. Paul Struggy says, Hamas were voted in, but they forgot how it works, i.e. you have to have at least 2 candidates to be Democratic. Yeah, it was like, we're having a free and fair election. Here it is. Here, vote, and there's only one name on the ballot. Yeah, that's not how it's supposed to work. Hey, look at there. So there is Left Wing Gorilla $5 super sticker. Thank you so much, Left Wing Gorilla. You get a big old yippee, yippee, and that's heartfelt. It says Trump surrendered to the Taliban. Yeah, right. He surrendered to him. He's like, and he let 5,000 of them out. So thank you so much, Left Wing Gorilla. Big Dog says, I was hoping the inauguration was outside and the same thing that happened to William Henry Harrison would happen again. You and me both. Hey, I see Surfer Norm is here. Surfer Norm says, Joe has been doing great doing lame duck programs like forgiving student loans, and one serious mistake he made was sending Israel more arms. And I was complaining about that earlier, about that. That's one of the things that made me mad about Biden. But again, I don't know how much of that is locked in. Like how much, what can the president do? Is that, I think that is really a congressional thing. So maybe you and I we're directing too much anger at Biden about that. But at least I think Biden could have made a better effort to publicly kind of shame Israel about how they're like, this was overkill. It's definitely, I think it's fucking overkill. Again, they have a right to defend themselves. They have a right to go after Hamas, but I think the way they did it, it was just massive overkill. I think that's my opinion. I'm not an expert, so I'm just talking out of my ass, I guess. Apparently, um, I'm skipping down. I'm doing a needle drop here. Butterflies Are Free says that the extremist in Canada. Hey, 2 more thumbs up, so we'll get 100. By the way, just 2 more thumbs ups to 100. Would really love to get to 100 thumbs ups. Butterflies Are Free says the extremists in Canada love Trump and want him to take over the Canadian government. Trump says all the right things to these bigots. The reason they like him are stupid. Well, extremists everywhere are going to love Trump, I guess, Mr. Spock, local guy got fired because of his YouTube channel. Nick Rich says 1 o'clock. So I'm only 3 minutes behind now because I did scroll up here. Scroll up, scroll down, whatever. Sayal says Mr. Spock got a 5-gallon jar of pickled quail eggs, yet I'll pay $100 for it. Huh? What? What are you talking about? Paul Sharky Mannion, unelected richest man in the world, fucking creep. I think we're talking about Musk there, I guess. Suzanne says, take care, everyone. I'm getting ready for the snow. Yeah, you get ready for that snow, Suzanne. Bundle up, stay warm, stay safe. Paula says, Tom Bias, same here, Tom. I was riding with Biden, but was good with Kamala. Yes, absolutely. Me too. As, most of us were, but there were about 20 million people that voted for Biden in 2020 that did not vote in 2024. What the fuck, people? What the actual fuck? Susie Jones says, say how I bet those fancy restaurants would pay big money for those fancy eggs that you got there. Michael McAndrews, Kamala would be a fine president. She would have been a fantastic president. She would have been fantastic. That's what's so sad about this. Even if we get the Congress back in 2026, and even if we get the White House in 2028, just think of all this horse shit we're going to have to go through these next few years. All this fucking horse shit. Then we got to spend time cleaning it up. Because we'll get back in. But then, goddamn it, Democrats, figure out a way to stay in power, for God's sakes. We need a good 50-year run of good, Democratic policies. We really do. To really make up for lost time. and get us on the right track. Maybe I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Hopefully. Okay, skipping on down in the chat. Francie Ryle, the orange felon, is a con. He's a grifter, lied, cheat, and steal. Yep, that's him. Let's see. 12B10 Demo Man says TikTok and Fox are Russian propaganda operatives. I agree with that. Seha says, and all we, yeah, quail are tough to keep. They are a tall grass bird. Kimchi says Kamala asked if anyone else wanted to run against her, and none did. They all got behind her because she is a great VP and a great pick. Just a month or so more. I know. I've been saying that too. She only had like 90 days, man, and she came 1.4% short. You know, maybe just a little more time, and maybe some of those 19 or 20 million that didn't show up. Didn't. All we needed was 3 million of them or 4 million of them to show up. Could have made the difference. But I woulda, coulda, shoulda. I got to stop doing that because it's going to make my head explode. Alvin Stoops says Trump wants to bulldoze Gaza and build condos. Yeah, just wipe them all out. Trump don't give a fuck. And these assholes that didn't vote for Kamala because they didn't like the way the Biden-Harris administration was, treating the Gaza war and supporting Israel. We'll see what happens now with Trump in there. What's going to happen to your family and friends over there now? God, let's hope for the best, but you know, I wouldn't hold my breath. And did you see how happy I saw footage of when that peace, the ceasefire was announced? Uh, Palestinians were so happy. I mean, it brings tears to your eyes. You can see the most tearful part of it is knowing that it's not going to last. It's not going to last. But they're so happy that there's a ceasefire and they're seeing an end. There's a possibility to end this goddamn thing. And it's so sad because it's not going to last. And that's because of Trump. Trump could make this thing last. And it's going to be because of Netanyahu, of course, ultimately. But at what point do we put our foot down? If Harris had won, or if Biden was still going to be president, and we had this peace deal, and let's say Netanyahu at the end, reneged on it, then I say we would have to at that point say, okay, you are cut off, Israel. I am sorry, but you are cut off. We are not giving you any fucking military aid whatsoever until you stop this, until you honor this peace agreement. That's what's got to be done. That is what I believe would have to be done. But America doesn't want to do that, or the president, or whatever. Democrats don't want to do that because we have been a big supporter of Israel, and we don't want to be seen as being, anti-Semitic or whatever, being, Zionist or whatever. We don't want to be seen as being, hating Israel. But I think at some point, it's called tough love. It's called tough love. And we got to say, look, there's a peace deal here. You need to honor that. And if you don't, you are completely 100% cut off from any fucking more aid from us. Any more support militarily or anything. You're done. You're done, son. That's what you need. You got to, it's called tough love, folks. Francie Ryle says it's going to be tough. Yep. Francie Ryle says quails are cute. Tom Bias says that PAB is a reference to how he abused the First Amendment. Bruce is here. Hey, Bruce says cold football game 21 in KC. Yeah, they're playing football, and old Trumpy can't even, do his thing, take his little oath of office for 15 minutes, That's right. I guess I am missing the football game, and I do need to get on the road pretty soon here, so I should probably put an end to the show. We've been on for 2 hours. Big Dog says all we can do is move forward together, one day at a time, prepare for the worst, stock up goods and cash if possible, and hope for the best. Yeah, that's good advice. Michael McAndrews, same abuse. They just call it tough love now. Hey, I just talked about tough love. 12B10 Demo Man says we got lots of wabbit here in South Texas. Same Sears industrial military won't let that happen, John. Yeah, that might be true. That might be true. Roxanne Arfield, take care of yourself. There's Susie Jones. Yes, Susie Jones, thank you for being here. Thanks for the shout outs over at Hal's show, and thanks for being here. Zola Zin's here. Dash is here. All we need was 3%. Right. I know, so close. Yeah, to make up the 1.5, and then, whatever. Peace out for Susie Jones. Yakety Smack, Nacho Night, Big Dog, Tough Love is just being honest. 12B10, stay vigilant. Francie Ryle, take care, everybody. Yeah, I'm gonna have to end the show. I got work to do. I'm hesitant to even put the game on, so I don't get into that, and then I won't go drive. I've got to go driving. Got to work on my bonus for that. But you guys are awesome. Thanks for being here. We're on every Tuesday and Thursdays, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Thursdays, we do a House Sparks pre-show hangout at 3 p.m. Pacific time. I know next week Hal's schedule is all discombobulated, so but we'll figure that out. And then next Saturday, a week from today, we'll be back on here Saturday for a House Sparks post-show hangout. I set it at 11:15 because sometimes Hal goes extra, so I just figured I'd put it at 11:15 instead of 11. Maybe I'll start doing it at 11 in case I do get another Trucker John raid next week. Or maybe I'll set it for 11:05 or something. Anyhow, but thanks for guys for being here. Thanks for all the shout outs and the raids, and thanks Aaron for being here and helping out. Kimchi, all you guys. Thanks. Also, we had some great fan funding, as they call it here. Let me go back. We had, look at there. I'm just going to read those off. Michael McAndrews, $10 super chat. Yippee. Aaron West, member for 9 months. Yippee. Kim Shee, member for 10 months. Yippee. Peter with a $20 super sticker. Yippee. Chris Doug, $4.99 super sticker. Did I not see that one? Somehow I missed it. Chris Doug, thank you so much. Yippee. And then Left Wing Gorilla with the $5 one there. So thank you, Left Wing Gorilla. Yippee. Thank you guys all for the great support, liking, the subscribing, the sharing. Let's help grow the show. Let's keep us going, keep us growing. And you guys are awesome. I do appreciate you so much. And it looks like I still have the chat filter. So I don't know if that thing is just so iffy and weird. But yeah, MLK Day. So celebrate MLK Day, but ignore the inauguration. That would be my advice. And you guys are great. There's West Webb, member for 9 months. Don't you forget about me. Don't you forget about me. Okay, West Webb. Yippee to West Webb, 9 months. Thank you, West Webb. I do appreciate you being a member and hanging out with us. Big Dog says have a great day. Everyone out there, you guys have a great day. And for you new folks, maybe this might be your first time here. At the end of the show, and we did get over 100 thumbs up, so thank you so much for that. Yippee for the over the thumbs up thing, over 100. But if there might be some new folks in here, maybe you haven't seen the show before, you're not familiar with the format. Basically, I just read your chats back to you, and then maybe I get an idea, it sparks an idea, and I might go off on a tangent and a little bit of a cussing tirade, which may Elizabeth Fernandez, I don't think really liked it. Hope you get your bonus. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you. But one of the things I always like to do when I end the show, this is where I tell everyone, get your a pad, a paper, piece of paper, and a pen, or a pencil, whatever, because I always like to leave the show with some really great kind of words of wisdom, things that will carry you through the week, or through the rest of your life. That's how how monumental this advice is. So get the pad, get the pencil, pen, whatever. This is I'm going to lay down some great words of wisdom. You want to write this down, and this is how I usually end the show. Okay, so are you guys ready? You got your pen, you got your pad, paper, pen. Okay, so here it is. Here's the words of wisdom. Write this down. All right, here you go, guys and gals. So as you go on, wind it on down.
Well, it's time to say goodbye. The show has come to an end. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. We'll have some fun times, hopefully nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes, might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about door chimes, but if we did, I'd be only too glad. So hasta la vista, baby. The show is over, but could I ask you maybe to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant, but I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. Now my whole rhyming scheme is all screwed up. Oh shit, I should have stuck to truck driving, who I tried to kid. At least when I was out there driving, I could handle a skid, but doing this live stream, baby, has been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again right here on the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna do it again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream. This is where we win, right here on the Trucker John live stream. No, this time to say goodbye. The show is coming in. Don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again.
Trucker John, on the road he rides, live streaming all through the nights. From politics to pop culture he speaks. No topic is off limits, nothing is weak. From Vegas to the highways, he'll never tire. Shouting about food, talking about desire. He's the rebel of the asphalt, the king of the night. With a microphone in his hand, he's ready to ignite. Freedom is his fuel, passion in his soul. Gotta express himself, gotta take control. Moving through the country, holding back, nothing to conceal. Rolling down the highway in my rusty old rig. I'm a retired trucker, but my spirit's still big. Living in Vegas, where the lights never sleep. Broadcasting my thoughts for the world to keep. From politics to pop culture, I've got it all. Sharing my views, no matter how big or small. Talking about food and movies and bugs, shining a light on all the social issues. No shows, I've driven through the desert, seen the city so bright. But now I'm living in a different kind of fight. From my apartment in Las Vegas, I hold the key, exploring the world through my live stream for free. In my apartment in Las Vegas, I hold the key, exploring the world through my live stream for free.